Let's unravel the story. The film begins with a cheerful teenage girl named Riley, who is excited to attend a Lady Raven concert with her father, Cooper. Upon arriving at the parking lot, Riley, eager not to be late, urges her father to hurry. As they wait in the long queue, Cooper notices something unusual. SWAT officers armed to the teeth securing the area. Inside the venue, Riley joins 3 girls her age, dancing excitedly, while Cooper captures the moment on his phone. To her surprise, their seats are in the VIP section, making Riley even more thrilled. Overwhelmed with joy, she thanks her father for the effort he put into making the night special. As the opening band performs, Cooper grows more suspicious, noticing an unusually high number of police officers inspecting the crowd. When the main act is about to start, Riley and the audience are ecstatic. Suddenly, Cooper tells Riley that he needs to use the restroom and asks her to enjoy the show. However, instead of using the toilet, he pulls out his phone and checks a CCTV feed of a man being held captive. But why? What exactly is Cooper up to? While washing his hands, Cooper hallucinates, seeing an old woman who suddenly disappears. Who could she be? Outside, SWAT teams surround the venue, and the FBI director, Helly, arrives in person to oversee the operation. Back inside, Lady Raven slows things down, asking the audience to turn on their phone flashlights, creating a more emotional atmosphere. As Cooper watches the police intensify their search, he realizes something is seriously wrong. During a break, he takes Riley to buy a concert t-shirt, but the merch is out of stock and needs to be restocked from the warehouse. Cooper tells Riley to wait while he goes to talk to an event organizer. However, instead of asking about the t-shirts, Cooper questions the security measures, wondering why so many police officers are present, almost as if they're expecting a terrorist. Jamie, an innocent event staff member, unknowingly spills the truth. The police, SWAT, and FBI are working together to trap a serial killer known as the Butcher, who has been terrorizing people for the past 7 years. The Butcher is infamous for mutilating his victims, and though the authorities don't know what he looks like, an inside source has tipped them off that he is here in the concert hall. Hearing this, Cooper panics because he is the Butcher. Realizing he's been caught in the trap, Cooper desperately looks for a way to escape. Before heading back to the concert, he takes Riley with him, pretending to explore the venue while actually scanning for an exit. But with tight security everywhere, can he get out in time? Cooper quickly takes Riley back to the concert venue. Still panicked, he excuses himself, telling his daughter he needs to check on the t-shirt stock with Jamie. As soon as Jamie sees Cooper, he offers to take him to the storage room. Once inside, Cooper skillfully steals an access card without Jamie noticing. As they continue talking, Jamie casually shares more details about the Butcher, revealing that the killer has claimed 12 victims in brutal ways. Jamie, fully convinced that the police will finally catch the killer tonight, even shows Cooper pictures of the victims. Little does he know the real Butcher is standing right in front of him. After getting the t-shirt and the stolen access card, Cooper starts planning his escape. He notices a group of SWAT officers discussing something important, so he pretends to grab a coffee while secretly eavesdropping on their conversation. From their discussion, he picks up key details about the police operation. Before leaving, he swipes a SWAT team's radio, giving him a direct feed of their plans. Back at the venue, Cooper listens in on the stolen radio, hearing Scott, the officer leading the search, describe the Butcher's identifying mark, a tattoo of an animal on his right hand. Realizing he needs to act fast, Cooper studies the building's floor plan, searching for the best escape route. Before making his move, he briefly checks in with Riley. Though she finds her father's behavior odd, she doesn't think much of it. A few moments later, Cooper attempts to trigger the fire alarm, hoping to create mass panic and slip away unnoticed. However, from the radio, he hears that the FBI has already anticipated this move. They will only allow women and children to exit the venue. With his plan ruined, Cooper needs another strategy. Scanning the area, he notices a food stall stocked with cooking oil. Thinking quickly, he sets a fire to cause a distraction. As security rushes to contain the chaos, Cooper grabs an apron and makes his way to the rooftop. Upon reaching the rooftop, 2 security officers spot him and demand an explanation. Thinking on his feet, Cooper pretends to be a kitchen staff member who needed to step away after witnessing a co-worker's accident. One of the guards, still suspicious, asks for his ID badge. Luckily, Cooper finds a wallet inside the apron's pocket belonging to an actual staff member. With that, he passes the security check and avoids suspicion. But just as he is about to leave, he once again sees the mysterious old woman, this time lying in pain near the spilled hot oil. Back at the concert, Riley calls out her father, expressing her dream to be chosen as a special audience member to go backstage and meet Lady Raven. Hearing this, Cooper gets a new idea to escape. Wasting no time, he approaches a concert crew member and lies, saying his daughter has cancer and that her biggest wish is to be selected to go on stage. Feeling moved by his story, the crew member agrees to make it happen. A few moments later, the concert crew officially selects Riley as the special audience member, and she can't contain her excitement. Once she reaches the side of the stage, a crew member gives her final instructions before her big moment. In just a few moments, Riley will be called up by Lady Raven to join her on stage. As his daughter prepares for her once-in-a-lifetime experience, Cooper's mind races, searching for his next move, especially since he notices the head of the FBI standing nearby. Amidst Riley's happiness, Cooper seizes the moment by helping a concertgoer who has suddenly fainted. As he comforts and assists the unconscious woman, the concert crew and medical staff praise him for his kindness, unaware of his true identity. Moments later, one of the crew members invites Cooper and Riley to watch the final song of the night from backstage. Still calculating his escape, Cooper gets an idea when a crew member casually mentions that they can exit through the back door. While backstage, Cooper overhears a new police directive. Officers are now checking every single person before they leave, even if it takes time. Just then, a concert staff member arrives and leads Cooper toward the back exit. But as soon as they reach the door, Cooper's heart drops. There are dozens of officers stationed outside. He panics. He's trapped with no backup plan. Then Lady Raven appears. Not suspecting anything, she greets Riley's father warmly and without hesitation invites Cooper to her private dressing room. Inside the dressing room, Cooper realizes he's out of options. With nowhere left to run, he confesses everything to Raven. He is the Butcher. To prove it, he shows her a video of Spencer held hostage. Then, with cold determination, Cooper threatens her. If Raven doesn't help him escape, he will activate the toxic gas using his phone, killing Spencer. Raven is paralyzed with shock. She hesitates, torn between her own safety and Spencer's life. With no other choice, Raven reluctantly agrees to help Cooper escape, unwilling to let Spencer suffer. Meanwhile, Riley remains blissfully unaware of what's happening and is overjoyed when her idol offers her a ride home. At the concert entrance, the police are busy checking every guest, unaware that the Butcher has already slipped away. After successfully escaping, Cooper asks Raven to drop him off at an intersection, but she refuses. Instead, she insists on personally taking Riley all the way home. Cooper starts panicking, but before he can do anything, Riley excitedly calls her mom, eager to share the amazing news. Frustrated but left with no other choice, Cooper is forced to reveal their home address. When they finally arrive, Cooper's family welcomes Raven with open arms, inviting her inside, completely unaware that they are letting a monster into their home. Inside the house, Cooper warns Raven not to do anything reckless. As they sit down for a meal, Raven casually brings up the Butcher, the serial killer currently wanted by the police. Just as she is about to describe his appearance, Cooper panics and immediately interrupts, insisting that Raven should leave. Sensing his desperation, Raven cleverly buys more time by asking if she can play the piano before heading out. Hearing this, Riley gets even more excited, unaware of the tense situation unfolding. Raven, knowing Cooper is trying to intimidate her, asks Riley to join her at the piano. As soon as she finishes her song, Raven takes a quick selfie with Riley. But in that moment, she grabs Cooper's phone and makes an excuse to use the bathroom. Realizing what just happened, Cooper panics and demands his phone back. At the same time, his wife scolds him for acting so aggressively. Using that distraction, Raven quickly opens one of Cooper's apps and secretly contacts Spencer, demanding he tell her his exact location. Now knowing where Spencer is being held, Raven immediately goes live on social media, calling on her followers for help. One of Raven's followers recognizes the location and immediately calls the police. As the situation spirals out of control, Raven screams the shocking truth, telling Riley's entire family that Cooper is actually the butcher. Cooper's face turns pale when he realizes his secret is out. Worse, his plan completely falls apart when he learns that Spencer has been rescued, thanks to Raven's loyal followers. Furious and desperate, Cooper grabs Raven as a hostage and forces her into his car. As they speed away, Raven, terrified, demands to know why Cooper is doing all of this. With a cold expression, Cooper reveals his dark past. He was abused by his mother as a child, and he never got the chance to release his anger on her before she died. It turns out, the old woman in his hallucinations was actually his mother. Before he can escape, Cooper's family blocks the road, begging him to stop. For a brief moment, he hesitates, unsure whether to keep running or surrender. Seizing the opportunity, Raven makes a break for it. Just then, the SWAT team and FBI arrive, surrounding the area. Seeing no other choice, Cooper calmly executes his escape plan, slipping through a hidden passage while the authorities focus on securing Raven. Raven is immediately taken to safety, but something strange happens. Somehow, Cooper manages to disguise himself in a SWAT uniform and walk right past the police, completely unnoticed. Still determined to get his revenge, Cooper plans to torture Raven slowly, but just as he is about to make his move, his car gets blocked by a crowd of people. At that moment, Raven desperately calls for help. Seeing her distress, a group of young people rushes toward the car, surrounding it. Panicked, Cooper frantically tries to figure out a way to escape. Fortunately, Raven manages to break free from his grip and quickly gets out of the car. As she is shielded by the crowd, the SWAT team moves in and surrounds Cooper. In an instant, Cooper changes his disguise once again, fooling the officers and casually walking away unnoticed. Later, as the police resume their search, Rachel struggles to process the shocking truth. Her loving husband had been a cold and ruthless psychopath all along. One of the SWAT officers explains that Cooper has a psychological disorder. He channels all his rage onto others while showing nothing but love toward his family. Before leaving, the officer tells Rachel to call them immediately if anything happens. Meanwhile, using his clever tricks, Cooper is already sitting calmly at a table, waiting. Without hesitation, he coldly tells Rachel that he plans to kill her that very night, feeling betrayed by her lack of loyalty despite everything he has provided. Frustrated by their argument, Cooper removes his shirt to avoid getting blood on it. However, before he can attack, Rachel makes a final request. She wants to share one last piece of cake together. Surprisingly, Cooper agrees. But as soon as he takes a bite, he notices something unusual in the food. Panic sets in as he realizes Rachel has drugged him. Dizzy and disoriented, Cooper still tries to kill Rachel, but his vision blurs as his hallucinations take over. In his dazed state, he suddenly sees his mother, who expresses regret for treating him so cruelly as a child. His eyes fill with tears, overwhelmed with emotion. Even though Cooper resists and momentarily holds off an electric stun gun, he is eventually subdued, though not before injuring a SWAT officer so badly that they lose their eyesight. As the police finally take Cooper into custody, he pauses for a moment to gently run his hand over his child's bicycle. Seeing this, Riley bursts into tears, unable to handle the heartbreaking reality. With the arrest complete, the officers take Cooper away to the police station. Ever the genius, Cooper manages to unlock his handcuffs using the spokes of his child's bike. But in the end, it doesn't matter. His transport vehicle is far too secure for him to escape. The scene shifts to Jamie, who watches the breaking news about Cooper. Her lips tremble violently as she realizes the shocking truth. The man she had once met was actually a psychopath. And with that, the film comes to an end. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.